A gentleman at a workplace doesn't interrupt his people to circle back. He doesn't bench press his way through his problems. He doesn't ghost his emotions and call it resilience. He doesn't reply to a two-para email with noted. He doesn't quote Marcus Aurelius verbatim and yet can't get himself to apologize to his team. A gentleman doesn't pretend to have all the answers. He has the humility to say, I don't know, but let's find out together. It's about knowing when to ask better questions. It's not about being feared, it's about being trusted. A gentleman does not dominate a room. He reads it, reads the energy, reads the silence, reads that moment when someone else needs to speak and is able to sit down and listen intently at such moments. A gentleman protects a colleague's mental bandwidth as fiercely as he would a client deadline. He gives credit generously. He accepts blame honestly. He knows when to listen, genuinely listen, especially when the conversation is uncomfortable. He shows up for his colleagues, his team, his family, his partner, for himself. He doesn't demand respect. A gentleman will earn it with empathy, with self-awareness, and most certainly with humor. Being a gentleman at work in 2025 isn't about being the last one in office. It is, however, about making sure that his team wants to come back to office tomorrow. He knows that ego doesn't scale, but trust does. A gentleman knows that his designation at some point will open doors, but it is his character and conduct that will define whether the finest people in the room will follow him through them. In 2025, real strength is quiet. It is held by those who make space at the table for everyone and then pull up another chair for themselves. A gentleman at work is constantly evolving, not justifying the jagged nuances of that old rundown script. He'll never use a phrase that goes, that's just how I am, ever. It's 2025. Empathy is a superpower. Emotional fluency is an essential. And vulnerability? Vulnerability isn't a weakness. To my mind, it's a leadership skill.